now, I think.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Right, we're here. Hello.
Excellent.
Hi, Sage. Right, that was a very professional beginning.
That was, wasn't it? Sorry, I didn't realise I was in the other account by mistake. Anyway. Hello.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Hi. Yes, good. Well, it's very windy and it's rained a bit. So I've taken down a lot of the work actually for today, and we're going to put it back up. But obviously yours is lovely and shiny, so we could leave that up. So just to give some background as well. So we met like about 9 years ago, I think.
I think so. Yeah. Arnold Feeney, we worked it out, didn't we? Yeah.
And I remember that because it was when Sophia was about 1.
Right.
She came with me to that. It was like a celebration day.
Was it the 50th?
Yeah, 50th anniversary of Arnold Feeney. And my dad gave her a big glass of orange juice, and she was like our first child, so it was like we were like protecting her from sugar.
Right.
Her whole life, and then so it's like she turned up at this gallery and got given a giant glass of excitement. Yeah, and then there was a performer. I think it was Stuart Brisley, and he sort of shushed Sophia because she was making a noise during his performance, and I just thought,
Arnold Feeney. Yeah.
Look at them now. So anyway, so tell me about you and your work and what you've been doing kind of since then, and then maybe we could introduce this work, and I'll turn around so we can see.
I suppose I've been taking a bit of a back position from the art world for the last few years, and I'm just slowly but surely re-entering it. But the themes of my work have always remained the same, which is about playing with or sort of investigating social value constructs and why we value what we value. And when I saw your exhibition for chickens, it just immediately resonated with the current climate regards to 21st century capitalism. And I thought there was a really interesting news story I read the other day, actually, about Tim Bray, who was an executive of Amazon. Who resigned because of the sacking of a number of Amazon employees because of their concerns over the lack of discipline regards to social distancing and the such like regarding working in factories or warehouses in the for the Amazon workers. So they were basically being asked to put themselves work for the company, put their safety behind the profits of the company, which has been a sort of ongoing sort of story, I think, bubbling around with a number of people, and it really hit a sort of on-point nerve for me in terms of actually how and where we're going. I think this coronavirus has actually brought out some very interesting sociological responses and people behaving in different ways. And I suppose I find that quite fascinating.
Yeah.
I find it quite interesting how quickly people want to try and get businesses up and running at the expense of human safety, and so economics always triumphs over anything else. And so, it was actually the description that Tim Bray described workers as fungible units. We are all fungible units. You know, the interchangeable unit that can just be replaced by another one, and that can be applied to Amazon warehouse workers. It can be applied to 0-hour contracts, delivery drivers, and chickens. Because chickens are chickens, they are interchangeable. They might all have individual personalities, might all have individual traits, but chicken is replaced with the chicken. It's literally that. And so it became quite immediately a really a lovely sort of metaphor, if not an allegory, in terms of actually the classism that we actually have in the chicken world, and that we have very evidently that now we find key workers are suddenly very essential.
Yes, and it's not the key workers you think as well. That's the other thing that
exactly. But I find it quite interesting that we have a sort of class system for chickens, where factory chickens are basically the working class. Free-range chickens are the middle class, but they're still beholden to being productive. And then the sort of free-range organic chickens are the upper class, where basically quality of life supersedes productivity.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was quite interesting to see as a sort of metaphor for sort of just the human labour situation that we have at the moment. And with that, I wondered if these chickens could read, would they be saying the same sort of existentialist questions that we ourselves are saying in this sort of social media influenced sort of world where we're just all neurotic and worried about how we look and what our purpose in life is.
Well, I think these chickens would have a sort of guardian reader's guilt. They are, they've got a good life.
Exactly, they look like they're
pretty lucky. They're no risk of being eaten. But they might be aware that down the road, actually, from us, there is I guess do they still have sort of battery hens? I don't know if it's quite that bad, but there's a big barn with a lot of chickens in it, and they are not having this experience.
What's the end of life strategy for your chickens?
Just natural.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, unless they're ill, I suppose. But no, they're sort of. I think with the chicken, they're so small. It's not a big meal, even if you had a whole one. So if we were desperate, I guess we could. But I just imagine the fact of going through the stress and trauma of actually doing the deed, and then and then preparing it.
It's for me. It's sort of because I've actually not eaten chicken in quite a while because I remember, I don't know, it's probably about 10 years ago. I remember seeing a panorama program about. It was the first time chlorine in chicken had come into the news. I think it was in Holland. Right. There was this chlorinated chicken, and now obviously it's come up again in terms of the trade deals that are being thought about for or brokered with America. I know that's this fear of the chlorinated chicken has really head again. Great chicken noise there. But it's knowing that it's nearly 1 billion chickens are slaughtered every year. It's the most ubiquitous food on the planet. And I just wonder how that's sustainable in a way. But I also I suppose I just wondered about the quality of life of the chicken and how it would sort of feel if it could really articulate. Would it be as neurotic as we are?
Yeah. So should we have a look at some of these phrases as well? So could you explain the background of this? Because this started off as, this comes from another project, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, no, it's actually been I think I did some new ones for you. I can't. You're on the iPhone because I was trying to go on the computer. I can't see.
Yeah. Okay. It's shame that your head is so empty of feeling.
Yeah. So this is actually part of a video work that I did for Art Brussels. Actually, I started doing for a show there where basically I had these two monitors scrolling these slides every sort of 10, 15 seconds, which were just these really quite caustic observations of perhaps presenting our neuroses as sort of experience through our lives dedicated to looking as though we're living a better life than we actually are through mediated platforms like Instagram and Facebook and the such like. And so there's sort of this relentless not negativity but honesty, I wonder, that was it was perhaps quite sort of bitingly close to reality that we may not really want to admit. And so they're very in essence existential questions. Boom. And it was quite interesting, the reactions in our Brussels, because one of the other pieces I did for that was just a huge sign that just said, "One day the sadness will end." And this was this enormous subtitle, just over, you could see it sort of showing all the way across over the entire sort of expo arena. People just didn't see it. There's this huge sign, "One day the sadness will end," and there is just thousands of people just milling around buying, crap from other people that they're going to sell that they don't ever need or what, so there was no need for.
I was thinking about what you were saying earlier about that kind of, what we value and what we dismiss, and I really like that what you did with the washing machine.
Oh right, yeah.
Like just sort of taking a something that someone's left out to be thrown away, waiting for the council to collect or just fly tip it, and then you actually like repaired it and put it back.
Yeah. That was a sort of ongoing series of works that I suppose I've been doing for about 10 years on and off. It started with a blanket return, where I found a blanket that was just abandoned. It was probably a homeless person's blanket, and it was covered in sick, and it had holes all over it and such like. I picked it up and took it back to the studio and cleaned it and repaired it, and then neatly folded it and put it back where I found it. And then a few hours later, I hung around for that one. A few hours later, I saw this sort of rather posh a middle-aged lady come and just look at it and pick it up and walk off with it.
Right.
It started becoming a little bit too candid camera watching the sort of people picking them up. So actually, it just became about doing the interventions themselves and leaving them. But what was really nice about that particular piece of work is that just about a year ago, I was talking to a friend of mine about that, and she said, "Did you happen to know that where that lane is, where this blanket was about 100 metres away from where Edmund Blanket, the inventor of the blanket, is buried?"
No way.
So
is that true?
Yeah.
There's the inventor of the blanket and his name is Blanket?
Yes, that's the reason why blanket's called a blanket. And so there was this lovely symmetry, or sort of almost like a sort of epilogue to this piece of work. It happened, but it was about, so I did that piece in 2011, I think, or 2010. Yeah. And then 10 years later, or 9 years later, I get this lovely little epilogue to it. But yeah, I've been doing that on and off for years, just finding things and restoring them to basically a desirable commodity. So something that people recognise as a commodity, therefore will pick it up. Whereas if it looks like rubbish, people will ignore it. But if it looks... Yeah. So I'm really interested in using the language of consumerism, whether that's advertising or design or shininess, basically, to reintegrate and recommodify. So basically, I'm trying to stop things from dying. It's absolutely pointless task. Just trying to stop things from dying, and I've probably got a little bit of a god complex. Just going live.
And then also, I ask you about because I don't think about him very much, but Jean Michelle-Jarre. I used to be obsessed when I was a kid with a video that my parents had of a concert of him in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower.
I was probably there.
Right.
Yeah.
I used to watch it all the time because of the lasers and it's just amazing. And his keyboard that lit up.
That's right.
And,
the laser.
and then it sort of struck me that there's, it's not a very deep parallel, but putting on an event like Exhibition for Chickens, which is, it's some undertaking.
Yeah.
You obviously, you wanted to get Jean Michelle-Jarre to perform in Bristol at Spike Island.
That's right, yeah. And obviously, that was a eulogy to failure.
Right.
Because I find in this sort of post-consumer world that we're in, we have to have. We can't just consume. Now has to be. It can't be ordinary. It's got to be extraordinary. It's got to be value. We buy into value addedness and sort of experience design, and everything's got to be bigger than life, better than life. And so I was trying to find out whether it was actually just easy to put on something that was extraordinary, a spectacle, to something that was spectacular. And obviously it never happened. And if it had happened, it kind of would have undone the entire thesis of the exhibition.
Yeah.
Because okay, he's turned up, but then that would have been amazing too. But actually, it ended up being an exhibition dedicated to the sort of I think I referred to it as the three horsemen of escapist ambition. So we're convinced that we need to improve ourselves in society to escape the misery of our own reality, and we do it through three ways: becoming famous, education, or through consumerism. Those are the sort of three sort of things. So the whole exhibition was about that. And it was a fun show to work on. But what's quite interesting is the day that the exhibition opened, the day that Jarre was supposed to play at Spike Island, he actually played in St. Petersburg, in Moscow, in Russia. But then a couple of years later, I was in Belgium. And I don't know how, I don't know if it's because I'd sent him a copy or somehow he got a copy of the catalogue of that show. And then I get a phone call from his PA, Fiona Commons, saying Jean Michel would like to invite you to Paris for lunch.
Wow.
So off I go to Paris, and I meet him and Fiona Commons' PA at the Louvre for lunch, where I'm just basically the most ridiculously nervous, overexcited person that can't shut up. And I was sort of saying, so are you going to come and play Bristol? Are you going to come play Spike Island? Will you play it? And he actually wanted to tell me all about the fact that he's himself a keen painter. He wanted to be an artist, not a musician.
Oh dear.
And so it's quite interesting that he wants to be an artist. And anyway, he sort of said, "Oh yeah, we'll meet up," kind of thing. I clearly knew that I'd blown it.
Right.
And what's really quite funny is it seemed a perfectly fitting end to this whole sort of journey or this inquiry about failure, to actually go and meet Jean Michelle-Jarre, sort of say, "Are you going to come and play?" And basically he just dumped me.
Yeah.
And that was that. He said, "Oh yeah, we'll," and he never spoke to me ever again since. So yes, I really am excellent at not being able to deliver concerts by Jean Michelle-Jarre.
Well, I think that's a good point to end it, but you certainly delivered a thought-provoking experience for these chickens, so we thank you for that. It's really great, and I really appreciate the effort that you went to. It's fabulous.
It really appeals to me, and I think it's great.
Thanks.
I think it's totally great. Well done. It's
no, it's good. It's good. We've still got. Yeah, I mean, we'll keep going as long as it stays interesting for them, I suppose. that's a lot of work as well.
Do you have a sort of barometer of appreciation from the chicken?
I think it's too early. It's too early to say, really.
Okay.
Yeah, it's too early. There's certainly works that the goats have appreciated, and they've shown that appreciation by eating the works in question. So, it's not ideal. But anyway, all right. Well, I've got another interview to do in 5 minutes, so I'll say goodbye. But thanks ever so much for joining me. And
That's been great fun.
yeah, see you again soon.
All right, take care, Jared. Well done. It's been
Yeah,
great.
cheers. Take care, so much. Bye.
Bye.